Breathe into your heart and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just notice where you are. You want to be right here. You see, everybody, oh, you're going to be out there. You got to get out there. You're going to be way out there. Yeah, right. The more you're out there, the less you are powerful in who you are. Right now, notice where you are. Okay. Touch something around you. Move something and move it back. Just breathe into your heart, you see. No matter what's going on, doesn't matter where you are, what age you think you are, give up that too. Because my topic, building your spiritual treasure house, is so important that you use now. And because the more you master the now, the less fear, doubt, and doubt, you see, is the biggie. And the whole thing of doubt is to make you question your own knowing. Question what feels right. It's like the story of the emperor and his new clothes. So the emperor was conned into believing that this new outfit, this new clothes, that was so expensive and wonderful, was like it was so beautiful that everyone would see it. And that he wasn't allowed to see it, you see, until, it was all ready. And so when he was in the parade, he's walking and he's nude, and everyone is going, oh, isn't he wonderful and blue? And the little boy says, he's naked. And everyone, oh, right. Because what happens is you've got to build your spiritual treasure house now, which means to not be deceived. It means to be not depowered, but it means to empower yourself, is to actually activate who and what you really are. And there's like a two-step plan. Stop doing what doesn't work and do what works. It's the same in the body, in anything. If you're having a physical problem, you want to isolate what's the psychological cause, what set it up to even have you trip and fall, usually because you weren't there. And if your knees are bent, I had that problem with the knee. I'm going to saw off the knee and get a hip and a knee. Get over. Come on. Oh, my goodness. You've got to activate your spiritual life. And that means to be strong in who you are. Now, I'm quiet up here because it's early and some people are camping out, and it's nice anyway. It's our intimate time. And to be so strong in yourself. And what happens is the more we outsource ourselves to somebody else, to something else, to their opinion, their ideas. See, okay, one of the ways to build your spiritual treasure house is to stop allowing the thoughts and words of others to have an influence over you. Because you're reacting to that. And by reacting to these words as if what they're saying is true and absolute, or it really matters to you, if you activate, it becomes matter. Because you're giving it your emotion, you're giving it your faith and belief. Now what I notice is like, one of the things, when I was out there in the world, very big as, in that world, in television ministry and in the 80s and such, and best-selling books and things, I get lots of acknowledgement, but get lots and lots of nastiness that comes because you're a mark, in a sense. And people are bouncing their stuff off of you all the time, or assuming that's where you are and what's happening, because that's their mind. And then you've got the people who are really tuned into the heart, and they know who you are, and you're always linked, and you're still together and appreciating and being, because you're heart-centered. You're not in competition. You're not jealous of others. You're not in that whole sense of trying to prove who you are, or prove you're right and they're wrong, and you're better and prettier and stronger and more. And this whole trigger of that mind that keeps that person draining their spiritual treasure house. The more we react to all of what's going on and allowing what it's really interesting. I thought somebody had requested information on a retreat, and when I sent them the information on my upcoming workshops and retreats here at Mount Shasta, California, and some of the things that I'm doing, and what happened was she sent it back in something, and it was really kind of strange. It was like, it was very strange. And so I realized is that when you're out there and you're doing things, you're going to get stuff that comes from others. And if you keep allowing that to take, see, sometimes it's good and valuable, but you discern, and you can notice immediately in the tone, in the way it's presented, in the words that are being used, and the reaction that it causes. And if it is a trigger in any way, instead of if you're triggered, it's a belief that you have, and it's a program that is being activated for you to react that way. And this is all these programs that are running of all the information that has been implanted and accepted or already possibly into the mind program. And when that happens, when that happens, then we're triggered. We tend to give it our energy. We take us down, make us feel bad, depressed, unhappy, horrible. Oh, I'm an awful person. How could I do that? Or I hate them. They've done this to me. I'll get even. So it goes on and on. So what are you doing? You are a divine being, and you all are already a success. You're already there. You already have it all. And when you notice that you already have it all, it's the thing of calling that forth. And it isn't about things. People say, oh, I want to be something or a somebody. No, I'm not a somebody body. I'm not a something. I'm not an inanimate object. I'm a no thing and a no one. And see, it's like we're none of those. These are words and these are labels. And so when stuff comes at me now, or at any way, in all the ways, I already know and perceive and not where they're coming from, what's happening, and so I don't respond because I don't play. I'm not in that game. I don't argue. I'm presenting what I don't want. I'm presenting the results of my research and my application and what I'm doing and those results and that's what I do. And then I have sources that I have used and read and studied, and great people and researchers and I acknowledge that have helped me. But yet, it is, you have to do it yourself, you see. Nobody and no one can do it for you. And it may seem like a huge, huge task to even take responsibility for your physical body, because there's the psychological, then there's the physiology, the biology of what you're putting in the body and what you're doing with the body and how your emotions and thoughts and actually what you're taking in your body is changing what you call DNA every single moment. And when you are in the divine consciousness, you have a divine DNA. And it's beyond that because you're activating your spiritual body, because there is no birth or death. And as you know that and are completely strong in your spiritual self, whatever happens, plus you're not trying to set up whatever happens to prove you can transcend it. You got to be right there. You're already there. And the more you're there and where in your center, beyond the programs, the stronger you become in your own experience and knowledge and knowingness that you don't have to prove to anyone at all. You have no need. And that your intentions are divinely inspired. And you witness I used to call divine magic, but it's not a magic at all, because magic is fake. It's illusion. That's all it is. And not to have our children absorbed in those kind of fakey magic things that take them away from the earth, you see, and nature, and who they are, and their own character, instead of developing their character as some witch or goblin or demon or whatever, maybe wow. And when you have to look at, are you building your spiritual treasure house? Because you are the source of pleasure, and we are pleasure seekers. And yet what we've allowed is ourselves to be depowered, dumbed down, de-inspired, however you may say, exploited, used, parasited, vampired, hypnotized, doo-doo-doo. And yet it's not complicated. And the investment you make needs to be in this, for you are an eternal being, and you cannot die. Now what? Build your spiritual